We've been living in our tiny home on wheels for 5 months. We had just finished traveling around the entire state of Florida when the pandemic hit over a month ago. We were in Panama City at the time and decided to stay there and make the most of it while we wait for some certainty. After almost a month of waiting, we decided to take advantage of some better options available to make the most of our time in lockdown. In this episode, we'll show you why we went from this to this. This is my grandma's house. A little background about my grandma. She grew up on a farm in North Alabama with 5 other siblings. She got married in 1957 and had 3 kids by the time she was 20. Grandpa was in the Air Force, so they traveled the country moving multiple times over the years. After he retired, they decided to move back to North Alabama, where she grew up, to spend their golden years and to take care of her aging father who lived in that white house up the road. They lived here for about 20 years until their health started declining and they had to move to Georgia about a year ago so my mom could take care of them. Now their house is vacant and we will be staying here for a while to take care of some things. I want to find Sadie. Where's Sadie? Where's Sadie? Oh, there she is. You heard your name. You heard your name. Oh, you're my angel. doing, my angel? What you been doing? You love your new house? Oh, yeah. I am about to take the hottest, longest shower imaginable. I can't wait. That was just what I needed. You don't realize how good a shower is until you haven't had a real one in over a month. That is a huge moth, Sadie. I've never seen one that big in person. Wow. It really wants to get inside. Where'd it go? There's a regular size moth. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's over here. Hey, moth. What's up? You are so big and fuzzy. Wow. Pretty cool looking. Good morning. It's another beautiful day. I can't wait to enjoy it. This is our second day up here. We got here yesterday and it's always so beautiful. And I think I'm gonna get some work done and me and Sadie will probably have some fun outside. It looks like Van is getting a lot of solar where he's parked. Getting all charged up. I'm sorry, baby. Say good morning. Good morning. So I slept really well yesterday. I didn't get much sleep because there was a huge thunderstorm and there were high winds. Every time it lightning or thundered, it would wake me up. So I didn't get much sleep the night before, and then I woke up really early to come straight here, and I drove for 6 hours. And then I got to work, and I was working till pretty late last night. I was so tired, and that was such a much needed rest in a big bed all to myself. Oh, it was so nice. I feel so rested. This morning I'm just eating some toast with vegan butter and grapefruit and coffee. So today I have a lot to do. I want to finish this breakfast, get ready. I have a lot of orders to complete and get packaged and ready for the mail. In case you don't know already, I own a small business. It's called Garden Go Company. I will put the link in description below so you can follow me on Instagram. And it started 4 years ago, exactly this month, April 2016. And I just kind of wanted to be my own boss and grow a company the way I want to do it. So I make the rules, I choose what I sell and make. So it's been a really fulfilling career for me over the past 4 years. It's like a kind of a side thing right now. Sometimes it's full-time, sometimes it's side. Sometimes it depends on the time of year. Holidays have always been the busiest for me. Even though it's not my main source of income, it is a creative outlet for me. So it's just a little life project that I can continually grow at my own pace. I started out making and selling soap, like all natural, sustainable, good stuff. I've kind of branched out from there. And at the moment, since it's applicable, I just started making face masks, reusable cotton face masks, and they've been selling hot. So I've been very busy the last few weeks ever since I posted them. I've just been making them. I learned how to use a sewing machine last year when I made the cushions for the van. So I have that new skill and I'm using it to make money. It is my only source of income right now, so I'm really grateful for all of the friends and new customers and family who have supported me over the years. But yeah, I'm gonna be making those. I'm gonna be photographing some new styles. So yeah, let me finish this and I'll show you how it's done. Looks like Nuri is cleaning the toilet. It's a fine day to do that. You better get it. I'll show you the compost pile. It's starting to rain a little bit, but I think that's okay. This is the compost pile, so we add all of our peels and things to it to keep it nice and fertile, and then we can use it to plant other plants or use it for whatever we need to. So I'm gonna bury these food scraps. Okay, those are buried. It's raining, but it's very light. It's kind of sprinkling, and I don't feel anything under this canopy of trees. I always wanted a compost pile, and now I have one. I have a place to put all my food scraps and put it back into nature and kind of recycle it instead of just throwing it in the garbage to rot in landfill. Going back down to the house. I decided to plant a few flowers for the back porch. Just spruce things up a little bit. So Grandma's had her compost pile for a few years now. She's 80 years old, and up until just a few years ago, she was climbing up that hill, tending to all her flowers, and working that compost, raking leaves, cutting the grass, all the things she shouldn't have been doing. It kept her in shape, but she has bad arthritis, so she probably overdid it. But she loves being outside, and her hard work definitely shows. Composting? 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 Okay, let's go. Let me place your bra on. Put your collar on just in case you get lost. Just in case. Okay. You ready to go out? She has this nice big deck to hang out on. She loves it. You love it, Sadie? Look at that tail. Baby. Good morning, everyone. I thought I would give you a little tour of where we're staying right now. So I've completely destroyed my grandma's house. It normally doesn't look like this, but I've just kind of spread out and gotten comfy. This is the view from the front door. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Got a nice big porch, a swing. Yeah, across the road is a great view of the valley and the Tennessee River. Here we have a Sadie. She welcomes all the guests. This is the living room. The best feature is the piano, which is covered in fabric right now. But when I was little, I have memories of coming over to Grandma's house and playing the piano and practicing, and I loved it. Still do. I just haven't had a chance to practice since I've been here. And then we have the kitchen, which is absolutely a disaster from all of my mess. Please excuse it. It's normally looking very nice. Here you see the beautiful deck, a nice backyard that goes up the hill to some trees. It's pretty private on most of the sides except for that side. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We have the garage over here and nice little laundry room. All the good things. It's so nice to be able to do laundry freely instead of going to a laundromat. It's good to have a break. I don't mind doing the laundromat, but it's good to have a break sometimes. And this is Grandma's beautiful china cabinet. She has so many things in here that she's been given over the years, little gifts. And I guess her wedding china. I gave her that little Christmas tree plate back there for Christmas one time. It's just a staple in every Southern lady's home. And then we have the hallway and this big bathroom, which is covered in my stuff. It's really nice. Nice big shower. This is the study room. I'm using it as my office. I have my computer set up there and all of my shipping supplies. Once again, another beautiful view of the valley. These shelves were once all covered in books, and now it's just kind of everything else that we don't have a place for yet. But it's been very handy in working with all of my things. It's nice to be able to spread out a little bit, have some space. And this is the bedroom, like the guest bedroom where I've been sleeping. I basically only come here just to sleep. I don't even make the bed. I'm pretty sloppy when it comes to that. And once again, another beautiful view out the window. Moving on. And then this is the master bedroom where my grandma and grandpa would stay, and I'm using it as my closet. As you can see, all of my clothes are scattered all over the bed. It's nice to have this actual ironing board and amazing iron to do my mask. And grandma is also a seamstress and has a ton of thread left over that she's collected over the years. And so I've been actually able to make use of it, and it's great. It's got these vintage little spools, 55 cents. Who knows how old that is. I love the vintage look of them. So cool. Nice walk-in closet. And Sadie has her own bathroom right here. That's been really nice. It's good to have some space to spread out every now and then. And Sadie likes to come and sit by this window and watch the birds and the dogs next door. One thing I love about this house, or grandma's house in general, most of the furniture and things are like from the 70s. It's like in the 70s they decided to just get everything they need and just keep it the rest of their lives. A lover of vintage everything. I love it. This dresser, pretty cool. Has like these little shelves on the sides of the mirror. What else is cool? I already showed you, but we got this big clunky desk. It looks like it's from the 70s. My favorite part is these little extra shelf, these extra table things that slide out. I don't know why, it's just my favorite part and I love it. And we also have this chair and probably this blanket too. This blanket looks pretty 70s mustard here. This awesome chair here. Good. Oh, this typewriter. I don't know if they ever used it, but it is pretty cool. And you just kind of see how much stuff you accumulate over decades and decades that you just don't get rid of. There are so many blankets, and my mom has gone through and gotten rid of a lot of stuff. So there was a lot more things here than what you're seeing. Let's see what else is old. You can tell my grandma was a housewife in the 70s by the amount of Tupperware she has. There's even like a little thing to hold all the Tupperware lids. So much Tupperware. And you can see it last literally forever. I like this picture here. Bright orange. Love it. More Tupperware. And like everything had a little star on it. I don't know if that was their logo, or even my mom had a ton of Tupperware left over from the 70s growing up. So it's very nostalgic to me. It's not just leftover food containers. It's my childhood. All right, that pretty much completes the tour. Yeah, Val, this is great. But why did you drive 6 hours during a pandemic when you're supposed to stay put? Well, I'm here to explain that. So while we were in Panama City, the pandemic struck. The plan was for me to work all summer in Panama City to save up money for certain things and just to have some savings to keep traveling. And so I worked for 2 weeks. It was great. And then the pandemic struck. all my work was canceled. And Nuri didn't have work either. So we decided to stay there and wait it out a little bit and kind of see what happens, because like everyone else, we had no idea how this was gonna turn, what was gonna happen. So we were there 2 or 3 weeks. I started getting really antsy. We were trying our best to be grateful. We had a van as our home where we could move around if we wanted to. We couldn't go on the beach because they were closed, but we could park right next to the beach and just open our door and have the beach breeze and a beautiful view and have a little bit of space to kind of work out. But that was about it. We were really grateful for that. But it was really hard for me since we weren't making any money, was having a hard time just waiting to see what happens. It was really getting to me mentally. It was really hard for me to handle. So I got my sewing machine out and all this fabric that I had with me, and I learned how to make face masks, reusable face masks, like this one. I'll show you. Ta-da! I started making these. I posted them on my Etsy, and as soon as I posted them, they started selling like hotcakes. You know, this was great because I wanted income. I needed something to keep me busy while also making money, and this was it. The only problem about that is I had such a small space to conduct my business. It's possible to make all those face masks in the van. It's more than just making the face masks, it's making them on the sewing machine. Like, I need space to spread the fabric out to cut it. I need space to store things, space to print the labels, and just all the other little things that I need space for. It was working, it was just really hard. I was going back and forth, constantly making Nuri get up so I could get past him. It was getting a little tense and stressful. It was like the same thing over and over. We were trying to make the most of what we had, but in the end, I figured the best thing for us to do for our sanity would be to come up here to Grandma's house. Now, about a year ago, their health started going downhill really fast. So my mom took them down to Macon so she could take care of them. My grandma has a little dementia, but otherwise she can take care of herself. So she's staying with my parents at their house. My grandpa needs a little more work, so he's in a care facility in Macon, so they can still visit him and everything. And while my mom is super busy with that and she doesn't have much help with taking care of her parents and all their bills, it's like they have their bills and then now they have their parents' bills and all their things on top of that, like getting their taxes together. It's just a big mess and mom is stressed. This house has been empty since they moved it, and my mom will come up here occasionally and go through things and try to figure out what to do with them, fix things, maintain the house, like get the mail and all that. But lately, especially now that it's summer, they've been trying to figure out someone to cut the grass because they have a lot of grass and someone needs to cut it every couple weeks or so, and also trim the shrub and just take care of little daily things that need to be taken care of at the house. We all agreed that if we come up here to use the house, I'll take care of cutting the grass and all those things. So that's what we're doing. I just figured while we were down there, I was thinking of we can just park the van in the driveway, have access to washer and dryer, endless hot water for showers, limitless space to spread out and take care of things. Easier for me with the business so I can be more productive and make more money. It is my only source of income right now. To me, that was priority. We need income and we need to stay sane because that's a big part of your overall health. We've been here a couple weeks and already I feel great. I feel relaxed. I feel at peace. I'm surrounded by this beautiful nature. It's nice to have comforts during such a weird time. When we built the van out and planned to travel full time in it, of course, we didn't plan for there ever to be a pandemic. This is all very weird. We don't know how to handle it. A lot of people don't. So to me, the best thing to do until it's over is just to find a place that is as comfortable as possible and just make the most of it. And we were so lucky to have this space. I mean, it's just this house. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere on a mountain, but it's surrounded by beautiful nature. It's a house that no one else lives in. It's like we have our own house until this pandemic's over. Why not take advantage of this opportunity? We have a big fridge and freezer to store food instead of having to go to the grocery store all the time. We can stock up and just stay here for several weeks at a time without leaving. We also have a residential address so we can order things to come in. I need a lot of supplies for my business to operate. That's been really nice, having things just sent here. Also, I end up with around 10 packages a day to be sent out for delivery. And I can just set up with USPS to schedule a delivery pickup. I just put it on the porch and they just come and get it. I don't have to go anywhere. So I can operate my business smoothly here. It's been really nice. Sadie loves it. She has a lot of carpet to run on. She loves running up and down the hallway. Until things get back to normal, this is absolutely ideal. And I wouldn't have traveled if I didn't see it completely justified. And I feel like our sanity and productivity justified this trip for sure. You might be wondering where Nuri is. Well, when we drove up here and I parked in the driveway, he didn't come out. He's chosen on his own desires to stay in the van. He hasn't come in the house. He just works on his tablet every day. So I guess this is a great opportunity also for us to just kind of take a break from each other. I think that's important in every relationship, especially when you're spending so much time together. I honestly believe that no one is meant to be that close to another person for that long period of time. Things are bound to get ugly, and I think we each also like to spend time alone. Even though that's possible in a van, it's very hard to do because you can be in your own little world, but you're still very close to the other person. In normal van life circumstances, it works because we have our own things going on. Every day is different. I was going to work every day. Nuri would stay and do his own thing. We had our breaks. It was great. It was perfect. But since the pandemic, we didn't have that anymore. And it was getting harder and harder to stay happy and stay peaceful and feel normal. Things were feeling really weird and we didn't know how to handle it. Even though everything just seems and feels really weird right now, it's because things are weird and we're just handling it the best we can. No one could possibly be prepared for this. No one could prepare for this happening. Our version of handling it the best we can is me being in the house, doing things, being productive, kind of having my own space and time and doing whatever I want and whatever I feel is necessary for healthy mentality. And Nuri's doing the same, and to him that's staying in the van and just using the van's shower and all that. So all we can do is our best. Hopefully when this is all over, we can just get back to normal and keep on keeping on.